Hey YouTube, Arwen, the professional joy seeker, really excited. You may be able to see back here in the background the tea leaf cards. I got some new review decks. I also got the Barbara Walker in a tin, the Wonderland in a tin. But the one I'm going to start with is Botanical Inspirations. This is by Lynn Arroyo. Lynn, if I'm screwing your name up, I am so sorry. I actually know Lynn, so Facebook, and we've talked on the phone a couple times because of the work with the Lenormand deck. She's very cool. But I want you to see the box. Look at that. It's like a little treasure box, a little keepsake box. It reminds me of the Victorian boxes where you would keep your writing tools and your cards and things of that nature. But look at that. It folds all the way open. It is super pretty. I just want to look at the box for a minute. Nice hard box. Way to go, US Games! We get the book. Let's look at the book and see what we get. We'll just flip open to one page. And what did we get? White Rose. New Start and Wisdom. What a great card for us to pull. Inspirational Message. The petals of the rose are like a spiral. The wisdom you have learned along the way keeps circling back to you, lifting you up to new heights. Even the pain of life's thorny lessons are signs that you have grown and are now prepared for a fresh new beginning. Okay, so that's an excellent start. And here it says the white rose is the Eastern equivalent of the lotus flower. Lynn is using here's what she says. This botanical inspiration deck arose from a personal passion for all things floral, especially antique botanical prints. In addition to being an avid gardener, for years I have collected vintage gardening books, charming botanical ephemera, including vintage seed packet art and tobacco insert cards, and of course illustrated volumes, old and new, about flower lore and the secret language of flowers. In researching this project, it's been fascinating to discover the varied meanings flowers have in different cultures. So I just adore that she's gone abroad with her views. The artwork, my goodness, I know the artwork is it's vintage artwork, and I can't remember whom it's. Larg. I don't know, y'all. I didn't look it up. But this is beautiful, and Nora Paskaleva did the design. Great work. But look what happened when I opened the box. Look what I got. A bag. This, to my knowledge, is the first time I've ever gotten a US Games deck with a bag already in it. So now let's open the cards. Whoops. I threw the box on the floor. Whoopsie. Here is the secret language of flowers, a little insert. Oh, yeah. Love. So look at this. You have so much, and it's thick, y'all. I keep thinking I need to open it up, but it's not. It's just a good, solid piece of paper. Isn't that beautiful? I'll be right back. I got to open up the cards. They're sealed. So see the seal? But look how pretty. Oops. Maybe we should do it like that, huh? I'll be right back. So, they've got that new smell. About the illustrator, Pierre-Joseph Redoute. He was born to a Flemish family of decorative painters. He was born in 1759, lived to 1840. As a young man, he began painting the flowers of the royal gardens. His detailed etchings caught the attention of botanists who taught him more about the anatomy of plants, and artists who introduced him to a watercolor technique for illustrating flowers. Marie Antoinette hired him to decorate the walls of her chateau. By the late 1790s, he had become the most famous and sought-after flower painter in Europe. Empress Josephine invited him to come paint, Between 1817 and 1824, he published a 3-volume collection of his rose paintings called Les Roses, his most famous publication. Since roses were his trademark, we have included 4 of his rose paintings in this Botanical Inspirations deck. So let's just take a look at, let's just kind of go through. Amaryllis. And you'll see that they have words and phrases at the bottom. I am mad for quotes. The fact that the first one is a Maya Angelou, thumbs up, Lynn. One of my favorites. So I'm just going to flip through real quick. I'm not going to actually read, or I just want you to see how gorgeous these cards are. And then we're going to take a look back at the book. And they're alphabetical, which is always nice. I'm a huge fan of the alphabet. No, really, I've got a deck that isn't alphabetized, and it's so confusing to me. I'm like, why can't you just put A, B, C? I can figure out the rest. Crocus, one of my spring flowers when I lived up north. Daffodils. I'm very fond of daffodils. One of my favorite pictures I've ever had is of a joy cup, one of my joy cups with some daffodils in it, and one of my friends at work, Renita, took a picture of it for me and sent it to me. Renita is an amazing photographer. It's like a side hobby for her, but she's really good at it. What's that? False indigo. I'm not familiar with that one. That'll be fun to kind of look up some of these flowers. But you know, the Victorians made bouquets, and they spoke to one another with what they put in there. You knew if somebody wanted to be a friend, if there might be something a little more, based on what they put in. And that is my personal favorite flower, Gladiola. You get more on the stem. These are really gorgeous, and they look, I love the antique tone of the cards. That's a really nice touch, not to go with a bright white background. Really smart on Lynn and the designer's part to keep it old looking and something from the past, something antique. I'm a fan of antiques, so this is nice. And one of my sisters is a gardener, and she's a vintage gardener, and she loves antique stuff, so I think she and Lynn could probably sit down and talk for days. Magnolia! I'm a Louisiana girl, and my mama's home, my mama's home where she died, had a beautiful magnolia tree in the front yard. I think it's gone now. It unfortunately died. But they're beautiful. Did you know if you touch a magnolia, they'll brown up almost immediately? They're very sensitive. Pansies, I think, are underestimated. They're very fun little flowers. Peony. Now, my knowledge of the peony is that it requires ants to chew away the bud so it can actually blossom. It's a symbiotic thing. Phlox. Just a fun one to say. Primrose. I hope you're enjoying this. I know I am. I love just looking at all the cards this way. I know I'm doing them kind of fast, but I just want you to get a taste. And there's one of the roses. It said there were 4 roses. I believe there's red, yellow, white, but I'm not sure. We just saw red. Ah, white. Yellow. Green. Sacred Lotus. Very nice. Remember, they did branch out into other areas. Snapdragon. Sweet pea. Oh, sweet pea, come along with me. Okay, I'll stop. Sweet William. Some beautiful, beautiful images. I've never heard of this artist before. Of course, that's not my field, it's not my genre, but wow. Gonna have to look him up now, right? Because he's got beautiful stuff. Venus Mallow, and the very last one, Violet. So, These are some beautiful, beautiful cards, guys. I thought I saw violet twice, but maybe I didn't. Maybe I'm mistaken. It was a different form of violet, and I just didn't, yeah, I think I'm just crazy. Shh. So, let's dip back to the book, okay? One thing I like to do is I like to ask a deck, what are you going to teach me? What can I learn from you? And I'm just going to cold cut. I haven't shuffled, haven't done anything. I'm going to take this card out and see what this card can teach, what this deck can teach me. The Pink Rose. Grace and sweetness. Deck, have you met me? The pursuit of perfection, then, is the pursuit of sweetness and light. Matthew Arnold. Well, that's kind of nice. It's kind of a joy card. Now, let's see what Miss Lynn wrote about the Pink Rose. So we had, oh, white, yellow. And I'm thinking, I don't remember what the other color rose was. Oh, my goodness. Pink. I'm going to read the whole thing. There are 40,000-year-old fossil records indicating that the very first wild roses were pink ones. The first cultivated roses were also of pink color. It is known that pink roses were grown in the Chinese imperial gardens 5,000 years ago. Some of the earliest known artworks depict pink roses. During the Victorian age, dainty pink roses were so popular, they inspired decorative wallpaper, stationery, jewelry, and many other fashionable items. When pink roses were given or displayed, they conveyed gentle sentiments such as grace, admiration, kindness, and sweet thoughts. The inspirational message. This is the message the deck is for me, right? Greet life with grace even when situations are challenging. Let pink roses be a gentle reminder that in order to have sweet dreams at night, you need to get in the habit of thinking sweet thoughts each day. Okay, so those of you who don't know me and my work with affirmations, yeah, wow. Those of you who do are going to, Arwen, did you like seed that? Did you make that happen? No. So yeah. I'll be using this deck for affirmations. I'll be using this deck for my oracles. So we'll see. It won't be this week. I think I've got another oracle scheduled this week, so it'll be next week. I may change that up because this is a really awesome deck for Valentine's week, right? But remember, a little treasure box. Oh, and it shuts very nicely. It's I don't feel... I mean, it's going to open, sure, but it doesn't have a loose feel to it. So this is, again, Botanical Inspirations by Lynn Arujo. Lynn, you're going to have to call me and tell me how to say your last name because I don't remember. Yeah, I'm one of those. But what a beautiful, and it's so pretty. It's luscious, and it looks like a bath product, right? It almost looks like you'd open it up and smell soap or something, but no, it's wonderful cards. Those of you who love flowers, who love antique things, who love inspirational decks that are inspirational on a universal level, this is an awesome deck. I hope you, oops, sorry about that. I hope you check this deck out. It's from US Games, and it's a 2017 copy. Oh, and look at the back. Did I show the back off enough? I'm telling you that US Games design team rocks. Lisa and I were so blown away by the wonderful work they did with our Fairy Tale Lenormand. They're really good at it. So this was my unboxing and kind of review of Botanical Inspirations deck and book set. Go get you one. Seek joy, y'all. Pass it on.